this gold mine was operated by Newmont Indonesia, which is an American company. And actually it was closed down because of the devastating effects on the environment. They released the tailings into the sea, and up to now people in the area around Buyat village are suffering very much.
As for Buyat itself, one early June morning in 2006, practically the entire village had to be evacuated. 66 families left, taking everything they could with them, so that they could be resheltered about 100 kilometers away. The situation had blown up 2 years earlier. An epidemic of skin and neurological diseases had mobilized the Indonesian Environment Ministry to act. The scientists who were sent there discovered traces of arsenic and mercury in the bay water, at the very site where the American company Newmont was dumping its tailings. The Indonesian state summoned the company to court, asking for nearly $150 million. But Newmont denies any responsibility and maintains that the diseases are due to bad hygiene and poverty. The proceedings lasted 21 months. But very early on, Newmont threatened to reconsider its investments in Indonesia if the company was declared guilty. Their argument was right on target. The mining company was declared innocent. It left behind tears and a devastated village, now deserted.
Many people died from tumors, nervous disease, cancer, and there were so many miscarriages, and well, it was all hidden, and so the people in the long term are the losers.
But there are not only losers when it comes to gold mines. 12,000 kilometers away, in a totally different world, prices are fixed for this gold that fuels such lust after money and that threatens the seabed of North Sulawesi. On November the 8th, 2010, as the US Federal Reserve announces its intention to pump $600 billion into supporting economic growth, the ounce of gold, 31 grams, exceeds $1,400, an absolute record. Every day, in the London market, an average of 485 tons of gold are traded. This is where, twice a day, the price of gold is determined. Since the 1970s, the ambience has changed quite a bit, but its workings haven't really.
It's 10:20, the city. The representatives of the four houses specialised in the gold business, Johnson Matthey, McCutt and Goldsmith, Samuel Montague and Sharps Pixley, each leave their respective establishments to see Nathan Mayer Rothschild, bullion broker to the Bank of England, where, since September the 12th, 1919, gold fixing sessions have taken place twice a day.
Today, the 5 members of the London gold fixing are the Deutsche Bank, Barclays, Nova Scotia, HSBC and us.
They still get together twice a day, but each from their own trading rooms. They inform their own clients in real time on price variations, depending on the offers and demands for 12.5 kilogram gold bars.
If the number of bars bought is the same as the number of bars to sell, at that moment, the price is correct for the day, for that fixing, and the price is fixed.
You want to buy 150 kilos.
If, however, the number of buyers is greater than the number of sellers, then at that point we'll raise the price until it balances out. So that can last a bit of time, generally between 5 and 10 minutes.
There, the offer balances the demand. The world price of gold is fixed at $41.45. It is $10.50.
16.8.
That was 40 years ago. Since then, the price of the ounce has multiplied by 40. There is clearly enough there to whet appetites throughout the world. Even if it means upsetting a region's economy or putting its population and environment in danger. In Rinondoran today, the control station has been rebuilt by the owners of the mine. There is even a quay now, and 7 kilometers of road through the jungle, linking the sea to the 40,000 hectare concession, permanently taken from agriculture and forest. Archipelago Resources, an Australian company, operates here by way of its Indonesian subsidiary, MSM. Its management refuses to answer any questions. They're under the protection of the Indonesian authorities. Here, it is forbidden to film. The only official images of the mine date back to 2007. An open house day was held to reassure the populations after a mudslide that was intensified by the deforestation. But ever since then, the mine's entrance has been forbidden to any camera. The only information available is provided by the company itself on its website. Archipelago Resources is quoted in the secondary market of the London Stock Exchange, but has never extracted gold yet. The Tokotindung concession contains over 50 tons of gold, which will be extracted during 8 years through 5 open-pit mines. To extract the gold, the company decided on a classic process in which cyanide is necessary. It's a highly toxic reagent, and so are its degradation products. To obtain 3 grams of gold, you must crush and chemically treat 1 ton of ore. The company plans on abandoning over 100 million tons of waste at the site. 20 million of these tons will be cyanide tailings, which are also full of arsenic and mercury. This heralds a disaster for the entire region. And yet there are good practice procedures that every gold mine in the world can apply, particularly an international cyanide management code. Unfortunately, neither Archipelago nor MSM are signatories of it. This is unacceptable for the population that denounces a giant corruption scheme and small arrangements between Archipelago and the central government. These arrangements have led Jakarta to nullify any of the prohibitions on operating this mine that were put forward by regional authorities. In other words, giving it full permission.
Indonesia is one of the countries in the world which is very renowned for its corruption. And companies who look for an immediate profit always hope that they can get along in countries like Indonesia, because it's always possible for them to bribe their way along. And that is exactly what has happened with Tokotindung. Because when they started, they wanted to depart on a permit to release the tailings into the ocean, which was long expired and which belonged to another company, which in the end the people of the surroundings were able to deny, to prevent.
Our position, the position of the people, is clear. We firmly reject MSM.
April 2007, Manado, the capital of North Sulawesi. New demonstration. Revoldi Kuleangan is the executive director of the People's Alliance Against Tailings and Mining, Amalta. The foreign crews that are interested in the Tokotindung mine don't need visas. He, however, is constantly observed and threatened, but always willing to take part in any of the few interviews that come up.
Yes, we created the Amalta project after sending out an information letter to the populations concerned by the project. On September 18th, 2005, we had a big meeting and decided to get organized. As we speak, Amalta counts over 27,000 members spread throughout the 7 departments of North Sulawesi.
At the time, in 2007, the governor of North Sulawesi, who was very sensitive to the environmental issues at stake, supported Amalta and the population of the region in their battle against MSM.
My dear brothers, you're opposed to the MSM's mining operation. My dear brothers, from the very beginning, I've been opposed to this mining operation.